Hey everybody, and welcome to the lounge, all my fellow loungers, chillers, ballers, and grillers. Today I decided I'm going to do a Keeping It Real. I haven't done one for a while. I'm going to do it on the topic of change. Hey, before I get to that, check out the new shirts at the Etsy shop right now. They're pretty cool. Anyway, change. I wrote a little thing on Twitter this past week and on it. And it's something that I've been thinking about a lot about because of different circumstances and everything. And a lot of times when I'm sitting out at the lounge, I reflect about a lot of different things. It's my favorite thinking place that there is. But I was thinking about it and I was like, change. It's like some things change for good, some things change for bad. There's a lot of different change. We've been changing ever since we were born, right? I mean, we've changed from being crawling to walking to talking to going to school, getting out of school, and we'll continue to change throughout our whole lives. The funny thing is, you hear loud traffic, it's because there's loud traffic. The funny thing is like there's certain things that we can change and there's certain things that we can't, and the ones that we can't sometimes makes us very anxious or even depressed. A lot of you guys now are going to be changing from maybe, just like the seasons are changing, right? We're in spring right now, and then we'll go into summer. So I think it's appropriate for this topic. But a lot of you guys might be going to, maybe you're graduating from high school or graduating from middle school or graduating from college. Like Tom's graduating from college right now, so he's got a big change coming. He's got to go look for a job. There can be a lot of stress with that. Now you're going to be out in the workforce every single day, Graduating high school, I mean, maybe that's a good change for you, right? But then after it happens, you might, because I remember wanting to get out of high school. I was like, man, I can't wait for high school to get over. But I do remember it feeling weird towards the end of high school. It's like, wow, I think I'm going to miss this place, Now I got to go out and do the grind every day. Every day. You get a lot more days off from school than you do for a job, But and I'm not trying to give you guys more anxiety, but it's a change. And it's a change that's happening for you, whether you want it or not. It's coming. It has to happen. Like I said, there's a lot of changes that are choice made too. Maybe you choose to do this, that, or the other thing, and then that's a change for you, or a lifestyle. Like Joe's changing what he's eating to try to lose a lot of weight and everything. And so that is a change that's a positive thing, but it's still going to make his life hard. But that was a choice thing that he made. So there's good change, there's bad change. Bad change for me, if you need an example, would be something like death. I mean, like not for yourself, but I mean loved ones that you have. When that change comes, I mean that we can all sit there and say, well, I didn't really want that. I mean, nobody wants their loved ones to pass on and everything. That's why I will always have the deepest respect for Pickle Boy and Bridget and Jennifer and all that, their family, Kim. My heart goes out to them. I know what it's like because it's been almost a year now for my dad that had passed away, last May. And it's a change that you didn't want. It's a change that hurts a lot. I know right now that it hurts just as much now as it did when it happened. So I know what it's like for them, and I know that their channel revolved around it. And I see the hate that they get sometimes from people, and I just for saying that they're milking views and stuff like that for and bringing up talking about their dad, but it was freaking angry grandpa. It's like that was his dad. That was the channel was all based and still is. I mean, and so there's nothing wrong with them. And I hope I encourage them to just keep on doing their thing, man, because it's like it was a change you didn't want, but you're still doing your videos. You're doing what you love to do, and you guys got to keep going. And I don't care what anybody else says, whether you talk about Angry Grandpa or not. It doesn't really matter. It's your dad, and that's what the channel was based about. And it's like, but again, there was a change that happened, and a lot of fans didn't want, don't like that change. Like I remember when I got a green screen for my channel, we got so much hate for that. Like, oh, you got a green screen, blah blah. Now I'm not watching your channel no more and everything. And it's basically because it changed. It was a little bit different, and I get it. We get in our comfort zones. We don't want to have change like that. Now that was, my choice to have that green screen, and I still don't see anything wrong with it. And eventually, someday, I might actually get it back. I don't, or actually put it back up. Anyway, so there's changes that we can choose to do, changes that just come upon us. Like you guys that are maybe you have to move somewhere that you don't want to. I remember we moved. I think I was in I finished 6th grade, so I came down here in 7th grade. I wanted to come down here, but wow, what a change that was. I mean, there's people down here that are nothing like, because I came from the city to the country, and it's like people down here were so different than the people in the city, and it was a weird change, and some of it unwanted, some of it, was good. And again, change gives you anxiety. It can give you depression, and it can also give you excitement too when change happens, if it's something that you chose, that you wanted it to happen. Sometimes finances can change for the worse or the better, so that's good and bad right there. But change is going to come for all of us, and it's constantly happening. And that's another point that I wanted to make, is one of the things I wish that we were a little bit more sympathetic towards each other in life in general, because everybody's going through change, and you don't know what the change is that somebody else is going through, that that they're dealing with, and maybe they don't want to deal with. I've had friends that have changed. I'm sure you guys have too. Like, be like, yeah, remember I was friends with so and so. Man, they really changed. In high school, I know that there was people that would change. Like people go through, through different things in their life, and then all of a sudden they change it. They seem like they're not even the same person that you were friends with before, and then some friends will move away, which creates change for you. Like my best friend moved to New Hampshire, and it was like, wow, that change was weird, because we did so much together down here and everything, and it's like my life changed. But you adapt, and that's one of the things that I want to say is, like, we adapt to our circumstances. That's what we do as human beings. That's what we have to do. You have to adapt and keep living your life, whether you want that change or not. And like I said, depression comes along with that, and that's why I think people have so many problems dealing with the change, because they don't really want it, and we have to be more accepting of change. I don't think, and I'm not saying that we have to accept. Well, we don't really have a choice but to accept death in our families and stuff, but we have to be willing to adapt to our new circumstances and continue to grow, whether we want to or not. Just like my channel, my channel will adapt to whatever gets thrown at it. It has already. It continually will do that. It's not the same as it was at the beginning. I'm sure you guys know that, and I'm sure it won't be the same later on down the road as it is right now. Hopefully it'll be better. I don't necessarily know that it's better now than it was before. I don't go by the views, and because that's just not what I go by. I go by my content, what I have fun doing and everything, but we'll continue to grow and adapt together to whatever gets thrown our way. But anyway, I know that you guys, because I see you guys, a lot of you guys on Twitter, and I know that some of you guys are graduating this year, and I know that some of you guys are going to be going to, from one school to the next, or whatever you guys, and a lot of people are going through different stuff, but I know that you guys are going through change, because it's inevitable. So I just want to say that, let's all get along together, and we'll all go through changes and help each other out along our paths. And maybe we can give advice to some people that are going through the change, and so that they understand that, oh, you know what, here's somebody that went through the same thing, and they made it okay, and they found out that maybe this worked out for them to help them in that change, and they can pass that on and help them in some aspect. I mean, that's what life, I think, is really about. That's what we should be doing for each other, don't you think? I mean, help each other out. I mean, Come on, guys. Anyway, I've been probably babbling way long enough. Because I'm going to wind up keep going in a circle and not changing, right? Anyway, I wanted to do another Keeping It Real because it's been a while, like I said, and I think we're going to do some more gaming videos too coming up. So I don't know, because I still stink. I haven't changed to that at all. Anyway, guys, keep fighting, keep adapting to your circumstances, and we'll grow together. Until next time, grab yourself something cold to drink, put your feet up, relax. I'll meet you at the lounge.